I can hold the bottle for you. Okie dokie, it's been a while, YouTube. Sorry for my absence, I've just been super busy. But today we're going to go over another one of those bug out bag essentials, specifically the Sawyer mini water filter. I'd like to believe that most of us are at least familiar with what the Sawyer mini water filter is. If not, you're definitely familiar with a competitor like the Lifestraw, things of that nature. More or less, it's just a little tiny water filter that weighs next to nothing, that is very easy to store, and is a pretty affordable option compared to something like a Katadyn full-fledged water filter that you'd get for backpacking or something like that. Now, while the Sawyer Mini is definitely my preferred option, as long as you have a decent water filter, or better yet, a few different types of water filters in your bug out bag or in your stockpile at home or whatever the case, you're doing pretty good. You just need one of these name brand water filters. Now, if you watched my more recent inch bag video, you saw that when I recorded that video, I was basically in the middle of a 5-day, 20-mile hike, and there was no possible way that myself or my brother or a friend were able to carry enough water to make it through the entire trip. So we really actually relied heavily on the Sawyer mini water filter, and I believe my brother at the time had a Katadyn water filter, but if not, we've also taken these filters hunting, and we've used both the Katadyn one and the Sawyer minis to filter out gallons upon gallons of water to basically make it through the entire trip, whether again it was that backpacking trip or the hunting trip. Now, I really prefer the Sawyer mini over the Lifestraw for a couple different reasons. First off, the overall size. It is significantly smaller than any Lifestraw and much lighter weight. We're talking like the website said 1.4 ounces, 1.7 ounces, around there, while still being able to filter out about the same amount of bacteria and viruses or whatever, the nasty shit like Giardia, than the Lifestraw, but it also filters so much more water than the Lifestraw will. So for the Sawyer mini water filter, you're filtering out like 100,000 gallons of water, whereas the Lifestraw, you're literally only able to filter out 1,000 gallons of water before you'll need to replace the Lifestraw. Now, the Lifestraw probably has the advantage of having a faster flow rate. You're definitely not going to be filling a bunch of gallons of water super quickly with the Lifestraw or with the Sawyer mini water filter, but it's not, I wouldn't even say it's painfully slow by any means. It's quick enough. I mean, you got to keep in mind the overall size of this water filter is very small, so the flow rate probably is not going to be quite as impressive as the Lifestraw or the Katadyn filter would be. Included with the Sawyer mini, you're getting a few goodies, a straw, you're getting a syringe for back flushing or cleaning out your filter with, but you also get a collapsible bag that kind of serves as like a, more or less like a water bottle. You're going to see me fill that up pretty much right now. And one of the complaints with this thing is that this squeeze water filtration system, the actual bladder here is kind of a pain to fill. I learned that the hard way when we were on our backpacking trip. You have to hold it in a certain way in order to fill it up to the nines, but once it is full, you just screw on your water filter, and then you can squeeze the water out into a water bottle or whatever the case may be. But the best part is, if you don't like this little squeezable water bottle, you don't have to use it. You can just take your Sawyer mini, connect the straw or not, and just drink directly out of the water source that you have available to you. Rumor also has it that there is a way to connect your Sawyer mini water filter to the tube that would be connected to your Camelback or your Source Tactical water bladder. Whatever water bladder you have, there is a way to connect your Sawyer mini water filter to it, which, to be fair, I've never done, but still. And this will allow you to not need to use, again, the squeezable water bottle. You just basically fill your water bladder up with dirty or we'll say contaminated water and just drink directly from it like you would normally, the Sawyer Mini will automatically be filtering out the water as you drink from your water bladder. That is something that your Katadyn filter definitely will not be able to do, and I don't think your Lifestraw can do either. Now, for fairness sake, to compare it to the Katadyn water filter, that one was much faster for sure. However, we found it to be less reliable during our hunting trip, as it would get clogged up easier than the Sawyer Mini, and just would not fill up nearly as well as we would have preferred it to. Especially when you start to consider how much those filters are, the Katadyn ones. They're, $100 around there, sometimes even more, whereas the Sawyer Minis are $20 a piece on Amazon. You can buy 5 of them, outfit the entire family with a portable water filter for the cost of your one Katadyn filter. And, again, more reliable in my experience. Not necessarily faster again, but that is such a small trade-off. Plus, as you can see here, mine is pink, which is super cool. You can get them in a bunch of different colors. So I ordered a 4 or 5 pack off of Amazon, all different colors. Gave them to each of my family members for Christmas last year. Now, the main concern that people would have, and rightfully so, is that this filter is primarily made out of plastic or polymer. And that is a fair concern. It's probably not going to be as durable as some other filters that are out there. That is a fair point, to be sure. It's also not going to hold up in the wintertime. If you keep this exposed to the cold after using it and all the water inside the filter freezes, that will probably destroy your water filter. But that is the case for any filter, to be fair. At the end of the day, they're still only $20 though, so if it does break, you can just go buy another one. That being said, that's not necessarily the concern here. The concern rather is that if your water filter breaks on you while you're trying to use it, and don't necessarily realize that at the time, you could end up drinking contaminated water, and that is a concern for sure. But even still, I would recommend getting the Sawyer Mini water filter over just about any of the other filters out there. But this shouldn't be your one-stop shop, right? You should buy a bunch of these mini water filters, but in addition to that, you should get something like iodine tablets or other means of water purification as well. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to have the link to these water filters down in the description below. So if you want to grab one, there you go. Remember 2 things, all gun laws are unconstitutional. And of course, remember to have a good rest of your day. And we will see you later. Bye. I'm starting to think that's not a real duck. It almost looks like a decoy. It's hard to tell, but there's one over here too. See, that one's a little lopsided. It's just more shiny than it realistically would be.